Decision fatigue. It's that feeling of mental exhaustion after making too many choices. Our brains, for all their wonder, have limits. When overloaded with decisions, our ability to make sound judgments wanes. We become prone to impulsivity and poor choices. This isn't laziness, it's the consequence of decision fatigue. Imagine flexing your bicep repeatedly. At first it's easy, but keep going and the muscle tires. Eventually, it fails. Our mental energy operates similarly. Each decision depletes this energy reserve. It affects everyone, from CEOs to stay-at-home parents. Recognizing its impact is crucial for making better choices. By understanding decision fatigue, we can manage it effectively. It's about making smarter choices about how and when we make them. By conserving our mental energy, we can tackle important decisions with a clear mind. Our brains, while marvels of evolution, are not limitless machines. They require energy, just like any other organ. And decision-making, it turns out, is a surprisingly energy-intensive process. Each choice we make, no matter how trivial, chips away at our finite reserve of mental energy. Imagine your mental energy as a muscle. With each decision, you exert this muscle. Small, inconsequential choices are like light repetitions, easily managed. But as the day progresses, and we face more complex or emotionally charged decisions, the strain increases. Like any muscle, our mental energy can become fatigued. When this happens, our decision-making ability suffers. We become more likely to make impulsive choices, opt for the easiest option, even if it's not the best, or avoid making a decision altogether. Understanding this concept of limited mental resources is key to combating decision fatigue. Just as an athlete wouldn't train for a marathon by running themselves ragged every day, we shouldn't expect our brains to operate at peak decision-making capacity without proper rest and management. Decision fatigue isn't limited to boardrooms and courtrooms. It permeates our daily lives, often without us even realizing it. Think about your morning routine. What to wear, what to eat for breakfast, whether to hit snooze one more time. These seemingly insignificant choices all contribute to decision fatigue. As the day progresses, the demands on our decision-making capacity increase. Work-related choices, family matters, social engagements, each requires mental energy. By the evening, we're often left feeling drained and overwhelmed, our mental muscles aching from overuse. This is when decision fatigue can have its most insidious effects. We're more likely to make unhealthy food choices, snap at loved ones, or succumb to procrastination. What might have been a minor annoyance earlier in the day can feel insurmountable when our mental energy is depleted. Recognizing the cumulative impact of these everyday decisions is crucial. By being mindful of our mental energy levels, we can make more conscious choices about how we expend them throughout the day. There's a reason why grocery shopping on an empty stomach is a recipe for disaster. It's not just about hunger pangs, it's about decision fatigue in action. Think about the sheer volume of choices in a supermarket. From cereal brands to cleaning products, each aisle presents a barrage of options. Now imagine navigating this labyrinth of consumerism after a long day at work. Your mental energy is already depleted. Each decision, no matter how trivial, creamy or crunchy peanut butter, brand name or generic, chips away at your dwindling reserves. The result? Impulsive purchases, unhealthy choices, and a sense of overwhelm. That's decision fatigue at its finest, or perhaps its worst. The grocery store is just one example of how our modern environments are often saturated with choices, each one demanding a piece of our finite mental energy. This is why strategies for managing decision fatigue are so crucial. By learning to streamline our choices and conserve our mental energy, we can navigate these decision-making minefields more effectively. Section 5. From procrastination to poor choices, symptoms of decision fatigue. Decision fatigue manifests in various ways, often masquerading as other issues. Procrastination, for instance, isn't always about laziness. It can be a symptom of an overwhelmed mind struggling to prioritize and initiate tasks. Impulsivity is another telltale sign. When our mental energy is depleted, we're more likely to grab the first available option, regardless of its long-term consequences. This can lead to poor financial decisions, unhealthy eating habits, and a general lack of self-control. Difficulty concentrating, irritability, and increased sensitivity to stress are also common symptoms. Decision fatigue can leave us feeling mentally drained, emotionally fragile, and more susceptible to negative emotions. Recognizing these symptoms is the first step towards addressing the underlying issue. By identifying the warning signs of decision fatigue, we can take proactive steps to mitigate its effects and regain control over our choices. Section 6. The illusion of infinite willpower. We often talk about willpower as if it's an unlimited resource. But the truth is, willpower is like a muscle. It can be strengthened through practice, but it can also become fatigued with overuse. Decision fatigue highlights this finite nature of willpower. Every decision we make, no matter how small, requires a certain amount of willpower. As we expend this willpower throughout the day, our reserves dwindle. This is why we're more likely to give in to temptations or make impulsive choices later in the day. The illusion of infinite willpower can be detrimental. It leads us to believe that we should be able to power through any decision no matter how drained we feel, but this simply isn't sustainable. By acknowledging the limits of our willpower, we can make more realistic expectations of ourselves. We can learn to prioritize our decisions, conserve our mental energy, and avoid the pitfalls of decision fatigue. Section 7. Simplifying choices for a simpler life. Simplify choices to combat decision fatigue. Fewer decisions mean less mental energy spent. Identify areas to reduce unnecessary choices. Streamline your wardrobe, create a meal plan, or automate bills. Small changes free up mental space. Limit options to reduce cognitive overload. Choose from 3 to 5 options. Conserve mental energy for important choices. Section 8. The power of routine. Routines are often seen as monotonous or restrictive, but they can be powerful tools for combating decision fatigue. By establishing routines for everyday tasks, we automate those decisions, freeing up mental energy for more important matters. Think about it. A morning routine eliminates the need to decide what to wear, what to eat for breakfast, or when to exercise. These decisions are predetermined, allowing you to start your day with a clear mind and conserve your mental energy for the challenges ahead. Routines can be established for various aspects of life, from work tasks to meal planning to leisure activities. The key is to identify areas where you can benefit from automation and create routines that work for you. Remember, routines don't have to be rigid or inflexible. The goal is to create a framework that provides structure and reduces the cognitive load of everyday decisions. Section 9. Rest, recharge, and decide. Just like any muscle, our brains need rest and recovery to function optimally. Adequate sleep, relaxation techniques, and time spent in nature are essential for replenishing our mental energy reserves. When we're sleep-deprived or chronically stressed, our decision-making abilities suffer. We're more likely to make impulsive choices, experience mood swings, and struggle to concentrate. Incorporating regular breaks throughout the day is also crucial. Stepping away from our desks, engaging in light physical activity, or simply closing our eyes for a few minutes can help to reduce mental fatigue and improve focus. Remember, taking care of our mental health is just as important as taking care of our physical health. By prioritizing rest and relaxation, we can ensure that our brains are well equipped to handle the demands of decision-making. Section 10. Decision fatigue in the workplace. Decision fatigue can have significant consequences in the workplace. Leaders, managers, and employees at all levels are constantly bombarded with choices, from strategic planning to daily task management. When decision fatigue sets in, productivity suffers. We're more likely to procrastinate, make careless errors, and struggle to think creatively. This can lead to missed deadlines, strained relationships, and a decline in overall work quality. Organizations can mitigate decision fatigue by promoting a culture of well-being, encouraging employees to take breaks, and providing opportunities for professional development. Implementing clear decision-making frameworks and empowering employees to make decisions within their areas of expertise can also help. By recognizing the impact of decision fatigue on employee well-being and productivity, organizations can create a more supportive and effective work environment. Section 11. Reclaiming your decision-making power. Decision fatigue is a real phenomenon with tangible consequences, but it's not an insurmountable obstacle. By understanding the mechanics of decision fatigue and implementing practical strategies to manage it, we can reclaim our decision-making power and improve our overall well-being. Remember to simplify your choices, establish routines, prioritize rest, and be kind to yourself. Your brain will thank you for it. By making conscious choices about how we expend our mental energy, we can navigate the complexities of life with greater clarity, focus, and resilience.